If I can find my cursor.
There we go. And then the maintenance guy. It took 5 minutes to introduce myself. Well, he's the new building manager.
Okay, we're all being recorded now, so what I wanted us to start with doing is I talk a lot about posture, as you know, so I want us to think about placement of our shoulder blades. Again, I mean, I'm a repetition person. We need it. It's a good reminder. So I'm going to stand sideways, but I want you to play with this. When I say stand in alignment, sometimes I will cue that to check it like this, to check shoulders, to go up and press them back and then relax them. That's one way to get to good shoulder alignment. Often we kind of go, how do we get our shoulders back? And we do funny things to get it back. But let's try that and see if that helps you. I just tried cueing different things to people. So we're gonna raise our shoulders up and press them back. And then slowly let them find that resting spot. So we're not doing and jamming them down. It's a placement. So we're going to up and then back and then let them gently fall. And then what I want us to observe is what our hands are doing when we do this. So let's do it up. And when we go back, look what our hands kind of do. And then down. So I want us to think about that. If we are opening up and doing this with our hands, we know we don't walk around like this, but we can use this to help us get our shoulders back. Then we find that good hand alignment. If people start embracing this as a new walking habit and their shoulders start rounding a little bit, look what happens to my hands. I mean, I can really exaggerate it, and it's like this. The hands, if you've ever seen anybody, their hands are really facing backwards. So we want, when we walk, the hands should be dangling like this. And when we stand, let's do that again. Up, press back, and then lay them down. And I say lay the shoulder blades down in our back. So now let's experiment and do that. Open with the hands and recognize what that does with your chest. And then let's take it the other way, just to get what that feels like. And open. And now, without me cueing, do your own thing of finding that good alignment, whatever that means to you. I gave you one way to cue, I cued it one way. Okay, let's inhale our arms up, lifting the rib cage away and up, up, up. Exhale, arms down, chin to chest. Inhale, arms up. Keep the arms up, chin to chest. Keep the arms up, chin to chest. Bring the arms down, gaze up. Arms up, chin to chest. Arms down, gaze up. Come back to neutral, warming up our legs a little bit. We've done this out, out, in. The only thing I'm going to alter this time, so it's going to be like this. We can use our arms. Out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in. On the fourth one, if you want, I'm going to cue out, in. Yes, little jumps, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. Out, out, in, out. 3.
Okay.
You ready? Okay, out, in. I will count. When we get to number 4, you don't have to do anything. I'm gonna jump if you want to jump along. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Do you feel like you're just jumping that high? Come on.
Dead weight.
I'm just doing that in case people want to try that. You know, as we age, we don't jump anymore. Not that, we have to, but sometimes you just kind of go, whoa, you feel like your organs are going all over the place if you haven't jumped in a while. So let's let's do it again. Let's go. Out. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay! All right. See, we got a little good warm up going. I can tell because I'm already breathing a little harder. All right, let's get arms up overhead. Find arm to elbow. And all we're going to do is just move our elbows in this circle. And notice where you might have a tight spot. Tight spot usually around the back, having those shoulder blades guide. Reverse the circle. All these arm exercises do is get our shoulder blades moving freely, which gives our shoulders the mobility, the arms and shoulders mobility. And then I'm going to start like this, fingers to fingers, or we're going to get some twists involved. To the right, center, left. Just getting our middle section, our waist warmed up, back and forth. And then take the arms long, 3 and 9 o'clock. And then let's get the arms behind us. And we're going to hinge forward like we're sitting in the chair. I'm going to have us do that this time. So our rear ends go back, just a slight bend in the knees, looking down at our mat. And we're going to lift our arms up, stretching, you know what that's stretching, our shoulders. And lower them back down, keeping them clasped. Raise them up and down and lift them up towards the ceiling. And down and up to the ceiling. Hands down, press your feet into the floor and come up to stand, bringing your arms up over high. And arms back down. Going to get into some knee raises, except the only thing we're going to do, if you want to put your hands here for balance, we're going to raise the right knee and we're going to take it and find the ground, find the mat on the other side. And then place that right knee down more than hip distance apart because we're going to go back and forth. Then it's going to be knee raise this way. We'll go slow, up, back. Right knee, opposite side, so we're crossing. You can have a chair there if you want, just in case. Whoops. Whoops. Come on, leg. Next time you get a leg over, stay there. I've got my, let's get everybody right leg in front of the left leg. Right leg is in front. Then we're going to take the left arm and bend over towards the right, feeling the stretch all up and down here. And come back up. Raise that right knee down, lift the left knee to the other side. Then we're going to raise the left arm up and bend to the right. Did I do that? All of a sudden I wonder if I bent that right. Let's do that again. Left knee down, right over. Yeah, I did. Right knee's in front of the left, and then we're going to angle to the right. I'm sorry, bend to the left. My goodness. I'm looking at you. It gets so confusing. And then come back up to stand, uncross the legs. And let's see, where do you want your, we're going to move into our downward facing dog and the whole sun salutation thing. So let's maybe get the chair at the front, the chair seat at the front of the mat. And sun salutation, let's lift our arms up. Arms down, chin to chest. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold and hang out here. So you got the chair in front of you. You can decide how far down. It's going to hang here a little bit and let those, the backs of our legs relax a little bit. If you want to bend one knee at a time, you can do that. It's getting into the backs of the legs. A few more rounds of breathing here. You can have your hands on the floor, your head on the chair. Looking at your toes. Are your ankles and toes pointed forward, knees pointed forward? And then come up to a half lift, placing your hands somewhere on your legs, just not on your knees. You got that long spine from the tailbone out to the crown of the head, looking down at the mat. Inhale. Exhale into your forward fold again. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, mini back bend cactus arms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, mini back bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, turn, twist to the right. Arms at 3 and 9 o'clock if your shoulders can handle that. Otherwise, keep your right hand on your right shoulder. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, chair pose. Chair, airplane arms. Rear end goes back. Gaze is down at your mat. Breathe. Press into the floor to stand up. Exhale, chair again, airplane arms, thumbs out to the sides, away from you. Long, energized arms. Inhale, stand. Exhale, chair pose again, airplane arms. Shoulders, there's a big distance between the shoulders and the ears. So we're really reaching those arms back behind us. Inhale to stand. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, find the seat of your chair for downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. You're going to lower your chest down towards the mat. Give yourself some time here to move what needs to be moved in your body this morning. Might not be the same thing that you needed to move last week. You can swing the hips from side to side if that feels good. Let's drop the left hand only and find a spot on the outside of the right foot. So we've got a little bit of a twist. Bring that hand back up to the chair, drop the right arm down, find something on the outside of the left foot. Come back to downward facing dog. Bring the left foot up to the chair, the right foot up to the chair. Stand up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring yourself up to rise. Exhale, downward facing dog on the chair. Left foot back, right foot back. Downward facing dog. Find some good stability with that left foot because we're going to raise the right leg off the ground. Three-legged dog. We're going to raise that right leg off at hip height. Toes pointed down. Toes pointed down. That keeps our hips in better alignment. Breathe. Let's drop that right leg on the outside of the left foot. Just stay there a moment. Bring that right leg back up to three-legged dog. Right knee comes forward towards the right elbow. Send the right leg back. Right knee comes to the left elbow. Send the right leg back. Right knee, nose, you got to round the back. Send that right leg back. Step the right foot toward to the chair. Left foot follows, standing next to the chair. Stand up, arms overhead. Sun salutation again. A little more of a moving flow. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, find the chair. Step back into your downward facing dog. Other side. Right foot is going to become the balancing leg. Left leg goes back, three-legged dog. Toes pointed down. Let's bring that left foot on the outside behind us, on the outside of that right foot. See if you can get all of your feet on the floor when they're in this position. Send that left leg back up to three-legged dog. Left knee, left elbow. Send it back. Left knee, right elbow. Send it back. Left knee to nose, round the back. Send that left leg back. Left foot and right foot come up to the chair. Inhale, arms up, palms together, down through heart center. Very good. Want to move around a little bit. I think everybody was following that pretty well. It was just more of a moving flow, and you guys know all of how to do that. It's just kind of putting it together and into a flow. It really gets us thinking about moving with our breath. So I like that. Okay, let's see. This time I wanted us to. All right. Trying to think where your chairs are going to go. In the front of your long edge of your mat. So your chairs, pick a side. So you're all on the same side. There, follow Sally, that side. Follow Sally, that side. Yeah, follow Sally. Yep, yeah, that way I'm cueing. So so hopefully that's gonna help. Okay, I know everybody's not facing me, but now I can see. This is what I want to see from you anyway, is your side views when we do this. Okay, so let's start with horse pose. So horse pose, our feet are going to be angled at 45 degrees. So our legs are wide, and I'm going to drop my rear. I'm not leaning forward. I'm going to, just like there's a string dangling between my legs, I'm going to lower that string to the floor and press my feet into the floor to stand up. And so the knees, as they bend, should track over the ankle, over the feet. And up. I'm going to turn so I can see you. Down. Arms up high as you're down. Arms up high. Stand up with your arms up high. This time as you lower down, draw the elbows in towards the hip bones. Lower down elbows. There we go, there we go. And up, everything's up high, reaching, stretching. And lower down, drawing elbows towards those tops, to the top of the hip bones. And up, reaching our arms, stretching. Exhale back into our horse pose. Stay here, lift the left heel off the mat. Lower left heel, lift the right heel. Lower down, lift both heels. Maybe both heels on the mat. Press yourself up. Arms reaching up. Feet stay here. Arms are in cactus. So we're just going to keep our legs the way they are, and we're going to tilt just like we're between two walls. We're going to tilt to the right. Just tilt with our cactus arms to the right. Use our core to come standing up straight. Inhale together. Exhale, bend to the left. Come back up. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Come back up to stand. And we're going to move into warrior two. So we can keep this direction on our mat. And I'm going to have you turn your right foot out to the front of the mat. And you're going to look down at your feet. Warrior two is where we try to look at that imaginary line from your front heel, drawing a straight line into the middle of your instep of your back leg. So that's building the foundation. And then before we do too much with this, let's just bend that front knee, the right knee, and see when you bend that, look down and make sure that's tracking over your toes. And then come back up to stand, straighten that front leg. So we're just gonna do that a few times. Bend into that right knee, keeping your shoulders up over your hips. Finding a spot in front of you that's not moving. And then press that, straighten that right leg. Arms out to 3 and 9, arms up shoulder height. Bend that front knee into warrior 2. Straighten that front knee. And bend that right knee, tracking over the toes. That back leg is long, and the outer edge of that left foot is like cutting into the mat. It's holding you on that sticky mat. Now let's take our left arm, left hand, palm up, and reverse warrior. I'm sorry, wrong way. Wrong way. Right hand, the hand that's over the front leg, right hand, palm up. And let's raise that hand up, rainbow arc overhead, giving the back of our mat towards the mat, a high five. Reverse warrior. Come back to warrior 2. And straighten that right leg. Right palm up again. Same thing. Reverse triangle because we've got that front leg straight. Arms back to 3 and 9 o'clock. Back into that warrior 2. Can we get a little deeper into that bend or not? Working, this is challenging our balance, the strength in our legs, breathing, and then let's come up, drop the arms, and without moving your leg, all you need to do with your feet is pivot your feet, and we can go to the other side. So pivot on your heels, and then we got that left foot that's going to be the lead. The left toes, left foot's straight, and then we're going to line up the instep of the back leg with that front heel. And then take a few practice bends, watching that knee, watching that left knee. What it wants to do is fall internally. It wants to cave in, and we got to use the strength in our hips to keep that knee where in line. And then let's find our warrior 2 with that front knee bent, arms at 3 and 9 o'clock. The outer edge of that right foot is anchoring that back leg for us. Turn that left palm up and sweep that in a rainbow arc overhead, giving that back wall behind you a high five. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior 2. Now our legs really shouldn't have to move as we go through this flow. Palm up again. Reverse warrior again. Left hand sweeps up into that rainbow arch. And then back down. Arms at 3 and 9 o'clock. Warrior 2. Let's straighten that front leg, give it a break. And bend that front leg. Go back into warrior 2. Bend that front knee. Left palm up. Reverse triangle. Triangle because we got that front leg straight now. And come back. Arms at 3 and 9 o'clock. One more time into warrior 2. And straighten, heel toe your feet together, or however you need to get out of that. I'll shake the legs out. Woo, that was a lot. Very good. Okay. Let's get into the chair. And since we've done such good leg work there, let's stretch our legs out. So grab your strap in the chair. So this, you need to have the loop. Remember this one? That's what we're gonna do. I'll give everybody time to set up on that. Right. Around the right foot. So I like, here's my loop. I like to take my hand underneath and up through the loop and then grab on. That way my arm isn't, I'm not carrying a bunch of tension. So here's, when we do this, I keep turning so you can see, we don't want to fall back against the chair. We don't want this round back. We want to press into the chair, so we keep that long spine. If you need to hang on to the chair, you can hang on to the chair. So we're also trying to keep a straight leg. So we're going to take this right leg out to the right. There we go. And then take this left arm and open that towards the left. Very good. And let's bring that back to the center, switch hands, because we're going to take it across body. So now we're going to hang on to that strap with the left hand. And then we're going to take it across the body and we're going to feel a real big stretch right in here. And then let's take that right arm and find some spot. Might as well add a little bit of a twist while we're doing this. Come back to center. Both hands, let's see if we can just raise that leg up a little higher. And down. Before we move on to the other side, just take a second here and notice the difference between one side and the other. And then we'll find our left foot in the strap and grab hold with your left hand. Find that nice tall posture. And we're going to swing that out to the left. Okay, come back to center again. Everybody get shoulders up over the hips. The only thing I want to see move. If you want to hang on to the chair, I don't want to see that. I mean, we just try to keep, this is all we're moving, back and forth. Okay, let's take it out and hold. Take the right arm, sweep behind you. Back to center, very good. So now we're switching hands. So the right hand is going to come up. And we're going to take that cross body. Oh. Very good posture, good posture. And take this left hand and sweep that around. Back to center one more time. You can use both hands here again. Let's see if we can lift that leg up. And down. Very good. Okay. Let's take the left ankle over top of the right knee. We want to flex the right foot. And we got that sitting tall. Let's hinge forward. Everybody's going to feel this on the outside of your left hip flexor in different ways. So just try to get at it. There's different ways to get at it. hinging forward. You can try moving the knee up and down and seeing if that gets in any tight areas. And let's get this left hand underneath. We're going to cradle. And then we're going to sit up and hold this. We're going to cradle the leg. And then back and forth. And then hold this with your left hand. Open, close, open, close. Hip circles. And then the other direction. And then right ankle over left knee. We flex that right foot. And just like before, you can hinge forward, lean forward with that long spine, leading with the heart, till you feel a stretch on the right side of the hip. And then let's reach that right arm underneath that right bent knee, cradle it, and pull it up. And then we can rock that back and forth. Or up and down. This is sometimes, these movements are where you can really notice a difference from one side to the other. And then let's hold on to our leg with the right hand and open and close, open, close. And circles, 1, 2, 3, other way, 1, 2, 3. Okay, some ab work. I'm going to turn my chair just so you can see more of what I'm doing, but you guys don't need to turn your chair. So we can hang on to the chair. It's going to look like this. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So while we do this, and as long as we're not leaning against something, we're going to have to use our core. We want that to work as we extend our legs. When we extend our legs like that, it makes us work even harder. So let's just try that. And I just want you to be able to feel that you're working your core. So we're just going to heel, 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 heel.
Are you touching?
I am tapping lightly. Lightly tapping. You don't even have to do that. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet down. Come forward with wide legs and give your low back a chance to recover here. So wide legs allows us more space to do a forward fold. There you go. And come back up. Let's do another set of 15 of those. I think we did more than 15 last time. So 15, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Again, legs go wide, lower down. Come back up. 15. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ooh, come forward again. Ooh. And you can come up. Now let's bring our legs, knees closer together, hip distance apart. And we're going to take both arms up. When we bring our arms down, we're going to land in a seated twist. So when we come down, our left hand can find the chair behind us. This right arm is on the outside of that left leg. So we can stay here using our hands to help us sit up tall. If you want to take your left hand out at shoulder height to the back, you can do that. Both arms up again. Other side. So that right arm is going to find a spot on the chair. Left hand is going to come on the outside of that, above the right knee. And then we can do what we want with this right hand. We can use it to help us keep upright and hang on to that chair behind us. Or we can extend that right arm back behind in a seated twist. And bring the arms back together. And let's shake out the shoulders to the back and to the front. Oftentimes we start our practice looking to the right and to the left. By now, you generally know what that first gaze looks like. Let's just try it again after we've moved a lot of, just look to the right. Just notice, you guys know, how much your neck usually turns when it's not warmed up. So we just notice. Okay, to the floor, so you can get the chairs out of the way. I see you're talking and laughing. I can't hear.
We went to the left. I didn't go to the left, so we did. We
What?
forgot the left.
Oh, I forgot something. Oh,
It's okay.
good.
We did it. We did it. We're good.
Okay, to the floor. To the floor we go. And before you get all the way down.
Oh, no.
So we did this a little in the chair. We were hanging on, we were doing this. We're gonna do something similar to that now. It's called boat pose. So I just want everybody right now, hang on right here and notice what happens. So it's a lot of work to sit up straight with our knees bent. If you let go, you probably would have a hard time sitting like this for 3 minutes, maybe, I don't know. So in boat pose, we get to lean back a little on our sits bones. So right here, we are sitting hopefully squarely on our sits bones, those two bones on our butt. And we come back a little bit with that long spine. Now let's let go of the legs. We can put our arms out and we're just going to tap one leg at a time. 1, 2, 3. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come forward, come forward. Now rest over your knees. Should feel good. Then we're going to roll down to our mat, one vertebrae at a time. So we can keep our knees bent like this, arms in front, And we're gonna roll down, think of touching each vertebrae one at a time on our mat. Just and then when you get down to the floor, let your legs go long and give yourself a moment just to check in with any feedback that we might get from the floor. So you can bring your hands over your head, reaching the floor behind you up on the top of the mat. Just notice anything new or different from the last time we did this. You can move your shoulders around. You can go to cactus arms. Just kind of play and notice how the shoulder blades are resting. Or if your low back is talking to you, you can always bend your knees. That helps. Bend our knees, bring our feet close to our hips for bridge pose. So look around. I bet one of your neighbors knows what, or you all know what bridge pose is. So right now, hands are palms down next to our hips. And we're going to lift the hips up, sending the knees to the bottom of the mat, towards the back of the mat, I should say. Lifting your chest, lifting your rib cage, lower down. Let's do it again. Raise up the bridge. And lower down. Now I want you to look at your knees and imagine that you just have a fist distance, of 1 fist worth of distance between your knees. So I don't want your knees wide. So imagine something close to a fist width, and let's lift that bridge up again, keeping those knees at that same distance apart. We have to engage our glutes, our hamstrings. You might be able to feel it in the backs of the legs, and lower down. Next time when we lift our hips up, we're going to take our arms overhead. So lift your hips up and take your arms overhead, backs of the hands finding the floor at the top of the mat. Bring the hands back down next to you as you lower your bridge. Raise up, arms overhead. Lift the hips up, lift. No falling bridges. And arms down, hips down. And up, arms back of the hands, find the floor, lift the hips up in your highest bridge yet. Squeeze, press your heel to the floor, the toes come off the floor, and everything lowers down. Straighten the left leg and bring the right knee, grab the right, behind the right thigh with both hands, and pull that right knee towards your right armpit. And make ankle circles with that right foot. Couple circles one way, couple circles the other way. Open, close the toes. Just give some love to those feet that carry us around all day long. Let that leg lower down. Draw the left knee in, grab behind the thigh of the left leg, pull that knee towards your left armpit. Ankle circles. Point and flex. Open and close the toes, spread the toes wide. And then bent knees, feet as wide as the mat. You can just let your arms go out comfortably to your side, wherever's comfortable for you. We're going to keep the left knee where it's at, and we're just going to let that right knee fall towards the floor. And bring that right knee back up again. The left leg stays static. Left leg's not moving. And then lower that right knee.
Away from the mat, towards the mat.
I'm watching. Both knees back up, both knees pointing to the ceiling, and drop the right knee towards the floor. Only the right knee. It's like half a butterfly. How about that? And back up. And now that right knee is going to stay right where it's at. And we'll just let the left knee, yes. Yep, I can see the front rows doing it, yeah. Then back up. And let that left bent knee lower down. And back up. And down one more time. And back up. And then grab behind both thighs. Bend the knees, grab behind both thighs, and give yourself a low back massage, side to side, front and back. You can also move your neck from side to side if you want to do that. One thing to play with here, since I've got everybody grabbing behind, see if you can draw your chin towards your knees or your knees towards your chin. See if you can touch or meet them halfway or close. And then head back down to the mat. So you're drawing your chin, pulling the knees and the chin together towards each other, and they don't have to touch. Let's do it again. And then legs go long, and we'll find our way to Shavasana. I guess, does anybody want to turn the lights out, or I don't know. I will watch the clock. It's 10:56. So as we lie down, I thought we'd do just a different kind of breathing exercise while we're lying down. All I want you to do is count your breaths at a nice rhythmic pace. And you count one is an inhale and an exhale. That's one. And you do that and for 10 times. If you reach 10, start over. If you don't reach 10, it's probably because your mind wandered. So let's just see what happens. So in your own time, if you make it to 10, focusing on your inhales and exhales, then start over. If you don't, you'll go, where did my mind go? And start over then as well to see what happens.